Hi guys, and welcome back to 8-Bit Retro ReFix for another episode. This is following on to Tony's Commodore 64 repair, where we had a couple of keys that wasn't working. And if you watch the screen, I'll go across the board: Z, X, Z, V, and M, which is all appearing, as you can see. Comma, full stops there, question mark, shift seems to work. Down doesn't do a big lot, up doesn't do a big lot, cursor left, cursor right's fine, restore seems to work okay, all the other keys hunky dory, don't see any problems there with any of them. Return key was being a little bit sticky earlier, but see, nothing seems to work on the return key. So we've got a cursor key up and down, and we've got a return key that's faulty on there. So I'm just going to strip that down now, give this keyboard a good clean, and we'll bring it back and check it over again. So let's take the keyboard and the Commodore over to the bench. Right guys, so we're back over at the bench with Tony's Commodore 64, with the cursor key that doesn't work and the return key that doesn't work. So we're going to strip this keyboard out, clean all the contacts, have a look, see what's going on at the back of here, and put it all back together, and this should be finished and time to go back to Tony. A little bit later on, I'm going to take a picture of the rest of the things that Tony's sent me. If you like anything that you see in there and you'd like to see it first, if you want to pop a comment down in the bottom, I'll pick up on that for you and do what I can for you. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this keyboard out and see what's going on with it. Right, we've got the keyboard out. Take this sellotape off over the top of the shift lock. Isn't particularly needed, isn't that? And the only thing that we do have to do, if I bring this up for you, I'll clear that is for you, but you can see all these little tiny screws. You can see them all of them have to come out. There is two little solder points at this end of the board for the shift lock to get these soldered out, so we can pull that through, and that's it. So I'm not going to bore you with making you watch me take all these little tiny screws out. So once I've got all them screws out and desoldered I'll come back to you when I'm desoldering the shift lock, and then we can have a look under the board together. Okay, back shortly. Okay, so that's all them screws out now. We've taken all them out now. I've just got the soldering iron warming up on the left hand side now. I'm just going to pull out the little wires that comes on the shift switch. I know I'm using pincers, but I'm only using it as a hold. We'll warm that up, pull that straight out. We'll warm that one up and pull that one straight out. Okay. So that's the shift switch done. I've left one little screw in there just to hold it all in place. Some of you might notice that I've not actually taken the keyboard right out of the casing. Some people do, some people don't. It all depends on how the keyboard is. I'm just going to clean this board up and see if we can get it to go again. So I don't really need to do that. So I've got one last little screw here that we need to pop out. And pop that in the tub. And we should be able to just lift that plate off. So what have we got? There's shift. There's all the carbon pads, if you can see them on there. Yep. It's hard for me to not nudge the camera. But we've got the one down there which is for the arrow key, and that one up there which is for the return key. So what I'm going to do is just push that back out of there, out of the way for the minute. I'm just going to get a little bit of a cloth and some isopropyl alcohol on there, and we'll just give that keyboard a bit of a clean over. And I've actually liked, if you get that in the right light, I don't know whether you can see, get it in the right light, You can see this stuff, the sort of stuff around the keyboard. I can sort of see, you can't see it on camera, but I can see some stuff on the board around here. I can see some stuff around this key on here. Just wipe it off. A lot of it's come off with my finger just doing that, really. But yeah, it's dirty. Let's give it a good clean off, and then I'm going to have a clean of them two contacts on them two keys. I'll show you how to pull them keys and clean them contacts on them pads on there as well. And then we'll get this keyboard put back together, and we'll get Tony's Commodore 64 all put back together. I'm going to run some games and run some demo software on it. Let's see if it's all running all okay and everything's hunky-dory. So yeah, so I'm just going to get that and I'll clean up. So I've got the isopropyl alcohol. I'm just putting it on a bit of soft toilet paper. Everybody has kicking around the house. So I know these are carbon contacts, so I'm just going to be careful. Some of the carbon can come off, which we really don't want to do if we can help it. Try and make sure that this is all nice. Yeah, a bit of carbon come off, you can see that, can't you? You can see the muck on there. Okay, let's just set that to one side for a minute. And we want the shift and return key. Sorry, the arrow key. I'm just going to pop that down there. These are really easy to come off when you just get these key pullers, spin them underneath, and just lift the key, and it pops off. Comes off that easy. It's only on a little crosshair, look. You see that? If you watch Perifractics videos, you made a Lego one, and the Lego pieces actually fit inside there. So take that off there and the spring off there. We'll go for the return key. Oops, not going under there very easily. We'll try it the other way. Some of these have a metal clip underneath them, so we'll just have to be careful of that. Let's see if this lifts up. No, it's not coming that one. Let's go back to the old-fashioned way with the screwdriver and just lift gently until it pops. Doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. We'll try again, just gently. Wiggle that side a little bit. Coming, I felt it go then. And she's up. So that's them two keys off. They should have fell out from underneath now, which is really good. So just take that out of the way for a second. You don't need much for these things. All they are, if you look, if you can see there very closely. Just try and get it in view for you. You can just see the two little carbon pads in the centre. All we want to do is just put that down on a bit of paper. Just see if they'll clean up a little bit. You don't have to do a lot, just move left and right. And you can see on the paper how the carbon's coming off. So that's that one done. This is the other one. You can see on the carbon's come off a little bit. Yeah, that's good. We do have a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. I don't know why I always say it that way, but I do. We'll have a little bit of a clean off. A bit more in the bottle. I'll just clean them contacts a little bit. Should do them. So that should be it for them little two keys that were faulty on there. So pull the keyboard back. We can drop them back in the holes wherever they were. Somebody's pitched them. Oh. I can't see it for looking at it then. There we go. There's one. There's the other one. Goes into that hole. Pop them back in there. So that's just about it really. So we've cleaned all that up. We only needed them 2 faulty keys. All the other ones were working absolutely perfectly. So pop this back down on the top now. All I'm going to do is put 2 screws in, and then we'll go back over to the bench and see if it works. See if them 2 keys work, because all the others were working anyway, weren't they? So we're back over here. You can see I've just propped it on top there. I haven't even put the keys on or anything yet. We'll switch to 64 on. We don't get no flashing on the screen for you. I'm trying to get you both into shot, so I'll try and lift up there for you, push it back. There we go. So I don't know if you can see that or not now. Let's see how the cursor's going down. The cursor's going up. Return key works. I've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Insert. The CTRL works. I've just changed it black. I'll go back to blue and green just to check. It's QU. QWERTY. Shift lock won't work anyway. Shift and run star. Yep, that comes up with load. Look, it's error because it's all garbled over there. But the shift and run star works. A, D, S, D, F. So all them keys across there are working. Commodore key and shift should bounce up and down with the caps to lowercase. Across there, so that shift key, yeah, that shift key is working. That one will perfectly fine anyway. You can't really see, but I'm pressing the F1, I can see the cursor key pulsing. F3 cursor pulsing, F5 and F7 cursor pulsing. So all that's built back up now. So all the keys are working. So I'm just going to go back over there and let's get it all put back together. So here we are back at the bench. Right, it's just a reversal of what we did earlier on. I'm just going to put the key back on. You can see the Lego bits under the bottom there. This one's in the centre. You just push down. It's done. Put the spring back on. Get the key in the right position. And put that back on. That reflecting. There you go. Now snap back on. So that's it. We've got them back on there. Now we just need to put all them screws back in the bottom and solder them points back up again. So that's the final screw just going in now. That's all the little screws done. Set these connectors now and put that in the hole. If I can. That should be about right. So just take that. All I do is rest my nail against that. I warm it. It should melt. And the wire should go through in theory. So push that wire through. Melt it, push it in, done. It's a bit weird, does that flux on that solder. Just doesn't. Just give them a little touch. Looked a bit dull. Is that done? Turn the soldering iron off. Over the top. We should have a complete keyboard. So I'm going to pop the top back on, put these 3 screws back across the front, give it a little bit of a clean, and we'll take it over to the place where we can test it out and see what it's like. Okay, see you over there. So we're back over at the place where we can test this out. What I like to do is bang the 1541 Ultimate cartridge in there. We've got disk drive emulation, we've got tape emulation, we've got cartridge emulation. We can REU, which is a RAM expansion unit, which we can use through this. Gideon's 1541 Ultimate 2 is an awesome piece of kit. He also does the full-size keyboard that goes inside here. Keyboard, my mistake, full-size motherboard that goes in here with HDMI, etc. and stuff. So bob over to Gideon's website and have a look. I'll post a picture up just to show you where to go. These things are really good. A little bit expensive, but to be fair, what you get from them, you've got USB ports, you've got Ethernet ports if you want to go on BBS, you've got second SID emulation, you've got cartridge emulation. It'll read just about everything straight off the USB stick. So I'm just going to fire a couple of games up now just to see how this is performing. First of all, I'm going to try a tape drive. So go back into the Ultimate menu, into the Ultimate USB stick, and go on to tap files, my created ones, the way of the exploding fist there. It's going to take a while as this, so I'm gonna set it off to load to show you that it actually does load up, and then I'll probably skip it until it has loaded, and then at least you can see that it is actually loading through the tape port. So I'm going to run tape now. So this is going to load exactly how it would do with the normal tape. So it's emulating a tape now. There we go, we've got the way of the exploding fist that's come up there. If I tip this up for you, look, while I do this, you can just see the Ultimate. If you watch that activity light up there, I don't know whether you'll catch that on camera or not. I'm going to press space to continue, and you can see the activity light running away. That's actually playing that tap file straight through here into the tape adapter in the back. Gideon's also makes these tape adapters that go with this cartridge. We'll just lay that back down for the minute and let it continue loading. You just know it's going to go "Ayah!" and make you jump out of your skin when it brings on that screen. So we've got delete for sound effects on and off. We've got F1 to start game, F3 for 1 or 2 players, F5 for restart game, and F7 to choose whether you're going to do joystick or keyboard. So they're the main keyboard controls that we've got in there. And there's that title screen that makes you jump out of your skin every time you're loading it. Looks like we're almost there. Just a little bit of a way to go now. It does take a long time to load of these. It's just taking about 4 minutes or so to load straight from tape, as it used to do back in the day. It's we're used to this kind of thing with the 1541 Ultimate. There we go, look. So that's all looking good. Yeah, so with the 1541 Ultimate, we'll just reset there now. So with the 1541 Ultimate, I keep repeating myself. So if we go into there and just run, you'll see that it just loads up pretty quickly. There we go. Boom, straight in, you see. It's quite fast. When you do that, if I pick another one, look, just pick another game or anything at all, that'll do. Bounty Bob Strikes Back. Enter, run. Give it a few seconds, comes up, found it, boom, straight in, and it's loaded up. So that's the beauty of the 1541, where you can actually do DMA. You can do the run side of it, which will do it automatically for you. So next we're going to go away from the PRGs, we're going away from the tap files this time, and we're going to go into the D64 files. These are just some that I've got, the copies of my own originals. We'll just go down there for Man Cave. Enter there, you can see D64. So we've got options in here. We can either mount disk, run disk, put it on drive 8 or drive 9. You can view the files. So what I'm going to do is takes us to there. We hit F7 to fast load. We hit F1 to load. And that should fast load the D64 disk image file straight in there, quicker than what it normally would do. And there you go, it's in, it's compacting, uncompacting, laying it out how it should be in the memory, and then the game fires up. So that's still loading it straight through the 1541 serial port on the back, which you would normally plug in your 1541 disk drives or your IEC to USB, whichever way you want to go around it. So you can see that now, that's just loaded that up perfectly. So we're going to reset there now. Reset that now. This time we're going to go back into the Ultimate folder, into the cartridge files. I'm just going to pick one in here really quickly to show you what it comes up with. Come on, name me one. What shall I put on? Badlands. Badlands, that's a quick one for you. So we just do run cart. You see how fast that comes up? Boomf. So now that's what that's done. It's loaded that cart image straight into the Ultimate 1541 cartridge port. So that now is forever is that cartridge. So even if I reset, we're straight back up with the cartridge again. So it will always act like you've got a cartridge plugged into the 64 now. It won't ever change that fact until you change cartridge or change a different game. So double press the centre button to come out of that. I'm going to just go into somewhere and go for a test, a file to test. We'll have a little play of the old Donkey Kong. So I'm going to run. It's going to take it ages doing it that way, so I'm just going to reset again. No. Go back into Donkey Kong. Mount disk. Fast load. F1. Enter. You can hear it chunking away there on the. There you go. Look, it's loaded it all in already. It's uncompressing it. Do we want unlimited lives? No, we don't. Some of you will recognise that music from Adrian's Digital Basement, as he goes like this with his hands. As Adrian uses this one, because it uses a lot of features in the SID chip, you can hear a lot of the sound effects in the SID. It's very, very clean. Sounds good. Let's skip past. Might be the wrong joystick port, so I'll try it in part 1. Famous for this, for these. Left for one player. Alright, okay. No. Can we make it to the top? Can we save the maiden? No! Got barreled. One life gone. Well, I made it that time. You can see my little Pac-Man ghost in the background at the top of the screen there from the lamp. I'll remember to turn that off next time. Oh. Down to one life left now. How high can you get? We'll wait for the hammer to run out before we can proceed. Oh shit. Yay! Level 2 gone. No! So that's the end of that. So that one's working. I'm just going to try an REU section now, so I'll just reset that back into the menu. I'll turn that Ghostbuster light in the background there. Let's see if we can get into the menu. Whichever one it is. I can't remember. So here we are in the 1541 Ultimate cartridge menu. I've enabled the REU, RAM expansion unit. I've given it 16 megabytes. I've loaded in Monkey Island, the REU, which is 16 megabytes. We'll just go back and do that again. Monkey Island, look, loading to the REU unit. That's done. So come down to the player, run the player. In the jingles of Dinky Island, meanwhile. So that's the REU. I'll just try a different one for you. I don't know how old some of you are out there watching this, but this is the old Dallas. So I'm going to run this into the REU unit now, erasing what we've just put in there earlier. It's another 16 megabyte file. Where are we going? Back down to there. Run that. Yep, so this is Dallas intro, and this is and yes, that is Dallas running on the Commodore 64. Just try one last one for you. I don't know what there is in here really, there's quite a lot. I've not looked at them all, to be honest. See what chicken is, whatever that is. So I found chicken. This is chicken. Doesn't sound like there's any sound with it or anything. Just showing a video clip of it working. Bit boring that one. See if we can find you another one right quickly. I don't know what's in here, to be honest, guys. I really don't. Pass. I really don't. Let's just grab one and see what happens there. Nature. Whatever nature is. There's so many files out there, it's a bit difficult to work out which is which, especially when you've pulled them all from somewhere. Especially these are all like demos for the REU, they were never released or anything like that. Okay, fair enough. Bit of scenery. Shame there's no sound. Try for another, quickly for you. See if there's anything in here. No, there's no REUs in there. Last thing now, look here. Let's try infinite health, infinite magic. Watch end sequence only. Nah. De-read documents before start. No. Press return. So go on Dragon Spire. Might be port 2. It's such a pain in the ass with the old Commodores. We go for the Dragon Spire Live. Going to decrunch in there now. So as you can see there now, Tony, that's all up and running for you. It's all dead good. Got what you're going to do with this keyboard. It's a little bit, let's quieten that down. So I don't know what I'm going to do a background front of it. It looks a little bit light. I don't know whether you want to paint that and clean it up, but everything is good now. It's spot on, and that's all done, ready to go back, Tony. The second Commodore 64 that we was going to do, we've done quite a bit of work to that. It's set to one side at the minute. We'll come back to that one in a later episode. And that's it for now. So I'm going to pop up at the end of the video now, just a picture, just to show you what's up and coming. Some more of Tony's stuff to repair for him. And if you want to leave a comment in the comments box at the bottom under the video, which one you would like me to see first. I'll take in a judgment of how many people's and what they've said. And we'll move on from that way. So thanks for watching this Wednesday episode for the keyboard repair, and thanks for watching another episode of 8-Bit Retro ReFix. Thank you. Goodbye. So these are the other items that Tony's sent in for me to look at. The PET is completely dead. The Vitara battery has leaked on there, so I need to check out and test that over to see how that's going. It looks like a RAM expansion upgrade. I think it's for the actual, might be a 1 meg upgrade for the A600. Not sure on there yet till I look into it. But the battery has leaked on there, so we need to have a look at them traces on that one. The A600, I believe, has got a red screen. Went on boot, so we need to have a look at that for him. The PET is absolutely dead. There's no power in there. He did say it had garbled screen at some point, but no longer displays anything at all. The Intellivision keyboard you can see over there, which is an add-on for the Mattel Electronics Intellivision. I believe that there's a resistor or a capacitor or something that he said had blown in there, so we need to take a look at that. And the Firefox game, he wants me to have a look and see if we can get that up and working for it. There's some pictures of it, how it used to look on there. Try and get the light out of it if I can. Yeah, it's about the 80s. I remember having one of these as a kid, taking it to school on his non-uniform days near Christmas when we could take his toys in. This is one of the items that I took in, and that's one of the other items Tony wants us to look at. So just pop it in the comments if you want to have a look at the PET first, or the A600 or the Firefox. It'd be good to hear from you. So yeah, so I'll catch you all later. Thank you. Bye.